Hello and welcome to another week's edition of the Waller Preview Show. We had a good win last week with Hipparchus.
Very good, yeah. Ben Mellon,
Making up for...
he sure did. He copped some advice, shall we say, Saturday morning after a poor ride on Friday night with a nice 2-year-old filly in Moonee Valley.
Yeah.
La Chica Rosa, she won't be far away from winning. You need to tell the jockeys when you're not happy with their rides. But we certainly did that, and he rode him a treat. A lot of good runs at Randwick, not the Rose Hill. Didn't quite get a winner, but there's some good placings there, and wow, some good few runners this weekend to look forward to.
Absolutely. Happy with Winks' second trial?
Yes, very happy. She's on target for resuming on Saturday the 11th.
Good. And what about the big news of the Everest today?
Yes, big new race coming to Sydney. $10 million race. Sprint race over 1,200 metres. Weight for age around the 11th of October. I think it's going to be the second Saturday in October from this year onwards. And yeah, I think again, Racing New South Wales need to be congratulated.
Absolutely.
Not only in Sydney or New South Wales to get to race for the championships, the Everest, but also 100,000 of prize money every day or every Saturday of the year. Not just that, it also flows through the country where they're running for I think 20,000 minimum prize money,
Which is phenomenal.
it's nowhere else in the world can you do that. So well done to them. They don't ever say they get to a certain level and say that's enough. They always look for a new way to improve things, and congratulations to them.
Absolutely. And without further ado, we'll go straight into Randwick. Montauk.
Yep, he's been a model of consistency. He was beaten a narrow margin last week at Randwick, running second. Rose Hill running second. Prior to that, winning impressively. So he's back to Randwick.
3 in a row.
3 weeks in a row. And it looks like he's found a nice race, again with Brenton Avdulla aboard. He'll be hard to beat.
And Vassal, blinkers on.
Yeah, a little bit disappointing his last few runs. He's down in the weights. He's a fit horse.
Hopefully
It's not a really strong race. Hopefully that can just change things a bit for him.
Okay, then we go straight in with Religify. Blake McDougall keeping the ride after a good win last start.
Very good front running display last start, and probably a slightly stronger race on Saturday. He's got a big weight, but as you say, claiming with Blake, gets 3 kilos off. Gonna again be hard to beat.
And he's got to battle it out with Strawberry Boy.
Yeah.
Stablemate, Hugh Bowman.
His run at the Gold Coast was fantastic. He tries his heart out. On that occasion, he drew he drew the outside barrier with a pretty big weight, and he was beaten about 3/4 of a length. I think he ran 5th. So,
Trialled well since.
yeah, just to keep his fitness levels up to the mark without punishing him on the training track. So he'll run well.
Okay.
And Hugh Bowman rides
Yeah,
him.
Hugh. Exactly. Straight into the Eskimo Prince. We have Coming Through, resuming. 1200 a bit sharp.
Yeah, will be a bit short for him, but he needs to start somewhere, and from here it'll be a 1400 metre race, and then the Randwick Guineas third up, or the Australian Guineas the same day. Likely to be Randwick, and hopefully he's a Group 1 winner at the end of the autumn. He's a very promising horse, well related, did a great job in his 3 race starts last preparation, or his first preparation, and as you said, might be a bit short, but he'll be attacking the line strongly, and look out once he gets to 1400 in the mile.
Absolutely. In the same race, we have Ome Sword.
Yeah, she's a class horse. She only had the 2 runs in the spring, winning very impressively against the fillies in a Group 2 race. First up and then second up, beaten a narrow margin. In the Golden Rose against the boys Group 1 level. She's come back very well. Hugh Bowman rides gate 3. She's a very good horse.
Brilliant. Into the Breeders' Classic, we have French Emotion, also resuming.
Yeah, Hugh Bowman
Trial
rides. She ran second in a Group 1 race in the spring. She's come back just a little bit stronger. Yep, trialled well. Good gait. Probably a little bit short, but she's a class horse.
And Saritza.
Yeah, a little bit disappointing with her last prep. Just wasn't quite herself. She was panicking in the race as we thought, and we've just gone back to the basics with her, teaching her to settle, get her to relax and switch off, and it's good to see her draw well because we're right and quiet. Get her to conserve some energy, and hopefully she can finish off and get herself back on track.
Okay, and then into the mile we have Hogmanay, James Dennis Jr.
Yeah, he's been very consistent in this prep. His last 2 runs he's around 4th, but there's been genuine excuses each time. I think he's looking for the mile now. I'm hoping the track's good because he's certainly better on a good track. James knows him very well. He's ridden him in his last 4 runs. Slightly wide gate in gate 10, but at least he'll be able to go across and sit up on the speed.
And in the same race, Lipari, drawn well in barrier 3.
Very unlucky last start. We've identified this horse as better over a mile, and since he's been come back to these distances, he hasn't won a good race, but he's certainly threatened to. Should have won last start. He was very unlucky, and hopefully he can make amends on Saturday to bring something up on board.
Into the last 1400 we have Valadero. He had a fantastic prep last prep. Has he come up?
Yeah, he ran 4th in the Spring Champion Stakes and won the Group
Gloaming.
3 Gloaming before that. Yeah, he's come back well, probably a bit short for him. He's drawn a bit wide, but he'll be finishing off strongly and one to follow through the prep as he gets up to the middle distances.
And Disgraceful also.
Yeah, been a touch disappointing his 2 runs. He's only beaten a length and a half last start, so now that he's 3rd up after a spell, rock hard fit, hopefully he can improve.
And how about Nikitas?
I think he's better than his form suggests. We're just going to try and get him to get over a longer distance this prep. All the jockeys get off him and say, look, he's got potential, but whether he's that focused is another thing. So still an end top or still a colt. Resuming over 1400, good draw, should settle well with cover. It'd be nice to see him attacking the line, and hopefully he can get him out to 2000, possibly even the Derby trip in the autumn.
Okay, and then just the one at Caulfield, Hersley, 3rd up.
Yeah, very good run, 2nd up, who ran over 2,000 metres at Moonee Valley, drew the outside, came from near last and was beaten a small margin. Should be a bit fitter, and it's got a good gate, again with Craig Williams in the saddle.
Okay, and we'll quickly whiz through Friday night. Canterbury, starting off in the 1550 metre maiden, we have Metamorphic.
Yeah, we've got some nice 3-year-olds in this race. Metamorphic is obviously one of them. He's drawn well. Hugh Bowman rides. He'll appreciate the extra distance and be very hard to beat.
Okay, and Dahul?
Promising filly, unlucky last start, just got a bit too far back. Good to see her draw well, and she'll relish at 1550. Very hard to beat.
Seaboy Achiever?
Kira McAvoy rode her last start at Provincials, which was an improved run since she wasn't that focused. So we've put some blinkers on her, and hopefully that'll see some improvement.
And Dormwall?
Nice filly, probably not quite as advanced as some of those other runners from the stable, but a filly to follow. She's a type of horse that might get a little bit lost around Canterbury the first time, but as I said, once she gets up over further, she's one to follow.
Okay, and into the 1900 we have Quick Defence, Kieran McAvoy, barrier 2.
Yeah, blinkers go on. He's been disappointing. Canterbury's the right track for him. He'll be up on the pace, and hopefully his fitness will get him through.
Okay, and No Return with 53.5.
Without winning, he's been a model of consistency this preparation.
Loves Canterbury.
Does. Won their first up. Gate 6 with Hugh Bowman in the saddle. No?
Corey Brown.
Corey Brown. They changed the weights on us. So Corey's back in town. He won a good race last Saturday. Unfortunately, someone like him can ride when they change the weights, and 53.5, he won't know himself, will he?
No, he absolutely won't. Then into the next we have Austin over 1550.
Freshened him up over the past few weeks because he's been disappointing over 1900. Once on a wet track, and then last start on a good track he was disappointing. So he's better than that. Hopefully he can find some form, because he might be one we'll be looking to sell at the end of the sprint.
Okay, and finally Revolver, barrier 12.
Yeah, going to need a bit of luck from back there or from out there. Just see how he jumps, I guess. I think when he won, he might have been up on the speed, but he wasn't that impressive for doing so. He's a better horse than that. So we'll just try and get some cover, I guess. And
Needs to settle too.
yeah, help him settle, and as I said, just needs a bit of luck.
And just the one at Moonee Valley, Soviet Courage over 3,000 metres.
Yeah, He's drawn wide, but it doesn't really matter over those distances. Got a good jockey in Craig Williams aboard. Just try and sneak a few runs. It's his type of race, simple as that.
Okay. Well, that's all, folks.
See you next week.
Absolutely. Have a good weekend.